Yes, yes, testing, testing.
Okay. Okay. Check, check. Check, check.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. You're good with that with the mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
I shouldn't have said. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to the UCC Youth Center for our awesome Mountain Ridge High School Sentinels graduation of 2022. With that, would you please stand for the graduating class of 2022. We want to remind parents this is one of the last opportunities that you have to take their picture. So besides them coming up front, and you can take a picture there, but they will be turning in their gowns after this. Students, you will exit to the left, okay, when the ceremony's over. But right now, let's give a big round of applause for the Mountain Ridge class of 2022. Students and parents, you may be seated.
Good evening. My name is Parker Hadley, a senior class officer at Mountain Ridge High School. And on behalf of the students, administration, faculty, and staff, we welcome you to the commencement exercises for the graduating class of 2022 from Mountain Ridge High School, home of the Sentinels. We'd like to offer a special thanks to all of the individuals involved in making this year's graduation special for the 2022 graduating class. It's been a memorable year, and the time has come to honor our students through the challenges faced this year. Through these challenges, we have grown as individuals and are ready to accomplish much more in our lives. We have grown as not only friends, but a Sentinel strong family. One of my favorite music artists, Juice WRLD, put it best: as we go on, we remember all the times we spent together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. And now, please arise for the procession of the class of 2022 graduates and remain standing for the presentation of our colors by our junior and sophomore class officers and our national anthem, being sung by our very own Mountain Ridge High School Madrigals, accompanied by our symphonic orchestra.
Color Guard, advance. Color Guard, post the colors. Color guard dismissed. Thank you. The audience may now be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will go ahead and just go over the proceedings of our commencement exercises tonight. First, we will hear from one of our senior class president, Coleman Gagan. Following, there will be a special musical number. Always keep this close, sung by our choir, and our chamber orchestra will accompany them. Following the music number, we will hear from one of our students, Max Brown. He will be followed by another student, Lauren Dalton, where in turn we will have another musical number, our school anthem, the Sentinel, performed by our awesome choir. After that, we will be honored to hear from Michael Kochever, our principal, where he will present our graduating class. After Kochever addresses you, we will hear from one of our area directors for the Jordan School District, April Gagdash. She will be followed by, after she accepts the graduates, she will be followed by Daryl Robinson, one of our board members, and he will be our final speaker before we hear the awesome names of our students as we go through the ceremony and they read the names. We will then be addressed by Kirsten Honecker as she gives a quick speech and does the ceremony of the tassel. That will be followed by me concluding the proceedings of this awesome commencement. Let's go ahead and give our grads a big round of applause, and I'll turn the time over to Coleman.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. I'd like to, oh, sorry, wrong meeting, that's my bad. That's for Sunday. I think it goes without saying that our high school experience is proof that God has a sense of humor. I'm still waiting for Nick in the halls to pop out of the back with its camera and microphone to tell me it was all a joke. The past 3 years of our lives and the life of this school could easily be seen as a total catastrophe, and justifiably so. As sophomores, we were tasked with opening a new school in a new area with new people. Fresh out of middle school, that challenge alone is more than enough to make hands sweat and knees shake. Questions like, where will I sit at lunch? Or how will I do all this homework occupied our minds as we made our way across the Sky Bridge. At a global pandemic that shut down the world, political unrest that divided the country, and Mr. Barton's taste in hallway music, and many would be tempted to throw in the towel and drop out. After all, we couldn't even drive yet, and most of us still can't, but we were expected to navigate our school and social lives through unprecedented circumstances. However, in a situation that would cause most to tremble in their shoes, we managed to build our school from the ground up. Our sports teams are among the best in the state. Our clubs compete on the national level. And our peers and fellow students have been awarded nationwide recognition for their academic achievements. I would argue that we didn't meet those original expectations, that we exceeded them. In times of trouble, uncertainty, and divisiveness, our school came together to create a place where everyone can succeed, a sentinel community. Our current world is constantly trying to label and categorize itself. Oftentimes, we're placed in generic groups based on our successes and even sometimes our failures. People will try to define us by our jobs and by our income, but let me remind you that each of us today shares something that will unite us through the years and miles that may separate us after today. No matter what career path we may choose, what car we may drive, or what house we may live in, each of us will always be a sentinel and have a home at Mountain Ridge. We will forever be the class of 2022, the class that encountered a mountain of adversity and not only climbed that mountain, but moved it. Rather than allowing our circumstances to determine who we are, we took the initiative to decide that for ourselves. Take pride in that and never forget it. We have lived through times far from normal because we are far from normal. And I know that our future will also be far from normal. The circumstances we have faced together have prepared us for the future opposition that we will inevitably face. The struggle is far from over. Graduation is not the end. It's only a stepping stone on a much larger path that's almost as long as the one to the seminary building. The challenges of early morning Zooms and end of quarter deadlines will soon be replaced with mortgages and long nights at the office. However, while our days of school dances, assemblies, and AP tests may be over, our commitment to each other as friends and neighbors and our Sentinel community is never ending. Our ties to each other may be loosened, but will never be broken. Our graduation marks an incredible ending to build a new beginning. Our time in high school is coming to a close, but our time together is only starting. Today, let's celebrate the past and look forward to the future. We have come a long way together, but there is still much to come. There are plenty of lessons we have yet to learn, and places we have yet to be, and people that we have yet to meet. Our spheres of influence will only grow from this day on. Decide who you are, the legacy you wish to leave, and the moments that you choose to live for, and never forget the place where it all began. High school was not the last block that has built who we are. It is the first building block that will build who we want to be. Thank you and congratulations, graduates.
Wow, that was beautiful. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Max Brown, and I'm proud to be graduating with the class of 2022! Now we're talking, all right. Today is an incredible day for all of us. As we prepare to leave the halls of Mountain Ridge for one last time, I noticed that we all look a lot alike. Our caps and gowns are matching, and soon we will all be holding identical diplomas. But do you remember when we first entered Mountain Ridge? We looked nothing alike. We came from different middle schools and different homes. We wore different clothes, had different friends, and took different classes. Lucky for me, I have always been very good at being different. When I was a baby, I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. The doctors told my parents that my future was unknown. Each milestone had its own timetable, and tasks that should have come easily took a lot of commitment, frustration, and repetition. As I speak to you today, I may not be able to explain the laws of physics, but the list of my accomplishments is impressively long, including, it seems, public speaking. Yeah! And that's why I like getting a crowd pumped up. My point is, my heart is different from your heart, and your heart is different from the person sitting next to you. All of the work that we have put to get where we are today should be celebrated! As we begin a new chapter, As we begin a new chapter, I encourage you to not just reach your goals, but find your purpose. For some, life's purpose comes within the form of a certain career or profession, while for others, it looks like a certain career or profession. For others, it looks like a way of being or expression. At one point, I thought my purpose was to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show. But since that ship has sadly sailed, my parents have told me that I'm good at making people happy, and I think that's a pretty good purpose too. Of course, I will continue to dream big, so you may hear me as a DJ on 97.1 someday. Or see me coaching the Utah Grizzlies. Or even driving the tram at Disneyland. And I encourage you to dream big as well. We are the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Do you know what a sentinel is? It's a soldier whose job it is to stand and keep watch. As I look out at all of you, I see sentinels. Beneath the caps and tassels are the faces of people who stood and kept watch over me, people who included me, and helped me remember that it is okay to be different. As you leave here tonight, remember these wise words of one of my heroes, Winnie the Pooh. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. To the class of 2022, thank you.
Sentinel strong. We are Sentinel strong. We have all heard this common phrase spoken many times over the past 3 years. It has been announced by administrators, posted in hallways, and proclaimed by students. It has become a representation of what Mountain Ridge High School stands for. But what does it truly mean to stand sentinel strong? A sentinel is one who stands guard, a lookout, one so devoted to their cause that they put aside all individual needs to ensure the safety and well-being of others. Each of you have chosen to become a sentinel. After switching schools my junior year, I was blown away by the outgoing and inclusive nature demonstrated by our peers. Students here not only respect one another, they encourage each other. Our students choose to embody the Sentinel spirit and stand strong on a daily basis. You're supportive, teachable, respectful, open-minded, and demonstrate grit. You go above and beyond what is expected. Students are kind, welcoming. You create an atmosphere where everyone is accepted. Each of these attributes aren't common culture among high school students. Rather, Mountain Ridge Sentinels have deliberately made the choice to create a welcoming environment. As the class of 2022, we've been through a lot together. We've experienced 3 years of a pandemic. There's no doubt about it, COVID was hard. But rather than sitting back and complaining, our class pushed forward full steam ahead. Even through masks, quarantines, testings, and shutdowns, we not only survived, but we thrived. That was a choice we had to make. We chose to make the most of what we had despite all that was out of our control. Over the past 3 years, we have all had to face a lot of choices. A few years ago, we each made the decision to switch schools facing the unknown. Today, as a result of that choice, the class of 2022 will be the first graduating class of Mountain Ridge High School to have gone all the way through. We created a culture that will be set for generations to come. As we continue to move forward, life will change. We are at the most exciting point in our lives where the world is at our fingertips. Some of the best memories you will ever make will take place within these next few years. There will also be some hard times. As you face all that life places before you, remember that what you have learned during your years at Mountain Ridge High School. You have learned resilience, endurance, and hard work. Remember, no matter what comes your way, you have a choice. You can choose to let life tear you down, or you can choose to make the most of what is yet to come. The Sentinel, our Mountain Ridge hymn, states, "As we go forth to build our dream and start our upward climb, filled with pride we take the charge, a sentinel for all time." Let's forever remember these words and find power in their meaning as we choose to go forth and stand sentinel strong. Thank you.
standing true. Where knowledge grows and bonds are formed, expanding on love
What a good-looking group. It's awesome to stand up here and look at this. Thank you, Parker, Coleman, Max, and Laurel for your excellent messages today. Thank you to the choir and orchestra under the direction of Kelly DeHaan and Megan Thorpe. Thank you for sharing your musical talents with us. I think everyone will agree that there's no performing arts students that do better than our Mountain Ridge students. Nice job. Superintendent Godfrey, Jordan School Board member Darrell Robinson, Administrator of Schools April Gadosh, proud family members, friends, and members of the 2022 class of Mountain Ridge High School, on behalf of the Mountain Ridge High faculty and staff, I want to welcome all of you to these commencement ceremonies this evening. This is the third graduating class from Mountain Ridge High School. As was stated, this is the first group that has gone through sophomore, junior, and senior year. I would like to take this opportunity to thank a few groups. First, the parents and guardians of our students. Without your guidance and perseverance, many of these graduates would not be in this positions. Graduates, will you please take a second to give a shout out to all your parents and those that helped get you here today. The second group I want to thank is our teachers, administration, counselors, and support staff. This year was a difficult year as we were all trying to get back to our routines. This group has gone above and beyond to get our graduates to where they need to be. They have provided all with an excellent education and a great classroom experiences. Their task is now complete. The final group I would like to thank this evening are the members of this outstanding class. You did it. You have learned many things these past 3 years, and your graduation today signifies that you're ready to meet the next challenges which lie ahead. Now, I promise to keep my remarks short, but I do want to take a minute to recognize some of our students. The first group I'd like to recognize is our foreign exchange students who are wrapping up their experience with us. Will you please stand? I hope that you've enjoyed your time with us. I hope you've made some great friends and made some great memories also. Thank you for spending this year with us. I also want to recognize some of our students for their academic accomplishments. Would you stand and stay standing if you were one of the 18 students that received an academic all-state award from the Utah High School Athletic Association? Come on, there's more than 2. Okay, stay standing. Please stand stay standing. Stand if you received a 30 or higher on your ACT. Christian, I know you're going to get tired of me saying this, but will you wave? Christian, I have been doing this for a long time. I've only had one other student that had this accomplishment. Christian got a perfect 36 on his ACT. Stay standing, please. Stand if you are graduating today with a perfect 4.0 GPA. Keep standing. Everybody keep standing. Stand if you're one of our 14 Sterling Scholars. Please stand if you're a member of the National Honor Society. If you've received a 3.75 or higher, you're on our high honor roll. If you're on our honor roll with a 3.5 or higher, okay? Finally, stand if you've received an enhanced diploma from Mountain Ridge, a seal of biliteracy, a CTE pathway from one of our Jordan Tech Centers. Okay. This group represents over half of our senior class. Please give them another round of applause for their hard work and dedication to their academics. Okay, now you can be seated. The next group of students I would like to recognize are those that were able to get involved in their high school experiences. Would you stand if you were a member of our girls lacrosse team who won our first team state championship in Mountain Ridge history? Keep standing. Stand if you've won an individual state championship, say maybe in swimming, Anna, or girls wrestling, Kate. Stand. Okay. Stand if you've been a member of our student government. Okay. Stand if you've been a member or manager of our Mountain Ridge High School athletic team. Stand if you're a member of FBLA, HOSA, DECA, FCCLA, FFA, TSA, MESA, or Skills USA. Okay? Stand if you've been a member of a choir, band, orchestra, drama, stage tech, drill, cheer, dance company, ballroom, yearbook staff, sources of strength, our championship hockey club team, or any other club that Mountain Ridge High has offered. Okay? Stand if you have attended a Mountain Ridge High School sporting event. Okay, all right, we're getting there. One of our plays or concerts. Okay? If you've attended a Mountain Ridge High School dance. A Season of Scarlet service event. Senior sunrise, or last night's senior sunset, a Mountain Ridge High School assembly. Come on, come on. Or how about a Mountain Ridge High School graduation? Stand if you've attended a graduation, and today counts. There has been something for everyone to get involved in, and please, another round of applause for the many students that got involved in the extracurriculars of Mountain Ridge. All right, you can be seated. FYI, this year Mountain Ridge High School has a graduating class of 705. That's over 200, well, just under 200, bigger than last year. 38% of these students received scholarship offerings just under $6 million. $5,837,090 to be exact. Yes. So you are a group of roughly 3.7 million students throughout the U.S. who are wrapping up this chapter in their lives and getting ready to start the next one. I'm sure there's a lot of stress, worries, and excitement right now regarding this next chapter and how it's going to turn out. Let me tell you, we all have full confidence in you that you will find your groove and you will thrive. You have just completed what I would argue to be the toughest 3 school years any students have encountered. If these last 3 years have taught you anything, it should have taught you that you are tough. You can move forward with confidence knowing that you can do hard things. You can all smile at the strength you showed in getting through it because you not only endured, you thrived. You have grit. I love that word, grit. You have grit. We're excited for you and can't wait to see what you accomplish. Before I close, I want to share some advice. First one is to work hard. You've all worked hard to get to this point. Some of you are very happy that our graduation was at 5 o'clock because you were working hard up to 2 hours ago to finish up what you needed to do, but you got there. To be successful, you need to continue to work hard, and my advice is whatever you choose to do, work hard at it. There is no substitute for hard work. My next bit of advice is to look for the good. You will generally find what you are looking for. Oftentimes we look for negatives, but I encourage you to look for the good. I challenge you to do this. I encourage you to see the goodness in your situations and in your surroundings. Look for the good in your lives. I want to thank you for being a part of the good in my life for these past 3 years. It has been very rewarding for me to see you enjoy yourselves and have success as we've opened up the school and you've gone through the 3 years. Thank you to this class for being great examples, showing others what being a Sentinel means and what it's all about. Thank you for allowing me to be your principal. There is no place that I'd rather be than at Mountain Ridge High School. I love the direction our school is going, and you were a huge part of that. I've thoroughly enjoyed the experiences we've shared these past 3 years, and I will miss seeing you and visiting with you. I sincerely wish all of you the very best on your journeys. Representative of the school board, Daryl Robinson, Administrator of Schools, April Gaydosh, I am extremely pleased and very proud to recommend to you that the senior class of 2022 from Mountain Ridge High School, who have completed all of the requirements for high school graduation as established by the Utah State Board of Education and the Jordan School District Board of Education, be awarded their high school diplomas and receive all the honors and privileges this high school diplomas represents. My love and wishes go out to each and every one of these graduates. They are not only strong, they are, I love it. Thank you, Ms. Gaydosh.
My name is April Gaydosh. I'm an administrator of schools with Jordan School District. On behalf of the district administration, I am proud to be here today on this very special occasion. I would ask that you remember as you forge ahead in your individual journeys and also in your collective journeys to stay true to yourself, to try to lift up those in need, and above all, to be kind whenever possible, and it's always possible. It is a privilege for me to accept the recommendation of your awesome principal, Mr. Kochever, Dr. Robinson. I present this class as having completed all the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Jordan School Board of Education and the Utah State Board of Education, and recommend that they be awarded their diplomas.
"13 years ago, you walked into that kindergarten classroom. Do you remember? You were a lot shorter. And it's been a long time, but in a couple minutes, you'll walk out of this arena having your grade school years behind you. Give it up to yourself. I want to just take a second and talk about the theme tonight. The incredible ending really starts with is the start of a new beginning. I have learned in life that everything has beginnings and endings. Life begins with birth and ends in death. There's a beginning of a new year and an end of a new year. There's a beginning of a relationship and unfortunately an end of a relationship in a variety of ways. A beginning of a job or a career and an end of a job and career. Everything in life, you're either at the beginning or the end or somewhere in between. So today I just want to talk about that change that you're about to make and give you 3 simple principles in 3 minutes that might help you as you begin this new beginning. Principle number 1, let go of things that you can't control. Just let it go. You cannot control everything in your life. In fact, you cannot control most things in your life. If you cannot control it, then why worry about it? You cannot control things like if someone likes you or a death of someone that you love. You've learned in high school that you can't control diseases like COVID, but you can react to them. Don't let what you can't control get in the way of the things that you can control. Remember in the words of Queen Elsa, it's funny how some distance makes everything so small, and the fears that once controlled me cannot control me at all. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I am free. Let it go. Principle number 1, let go of the things you cannot control. Principle number 2, stay away from the negative and build your life upon the positive. We live in a very negative world, and I think COVID has made it even worse. But you don't have to live a life in the negative, and you can look past that. I know that it's hard to be positive, especially when you're holding on to things that people have done to you or things that have caused hurt in your life. Again, let it go. Some years ago, when I was working at a job, I had a supervisor just trying to make my life really, really miserable. I went to a bookstore and I found this book. I got it off my shelf. It's Being Happy. And I went up, and I'm kind of a guy who has a pretty happy countenance, and the clerk says, "Why are you buying that book? You don't look like someone that needs it." And I said, "I don't, but everyone I work with does." But it was really funny. I decided to, whatever happened, I was going to be positive about it, and she would make my life so miserable. And everyone on my team called me Hyper Smile because I'm like, well, they can't ruin my day. And interesting now, 25 years later, I still have a relationship with that person. And I've just learned how to just kind of let it go and be positive about our life. And you can do that too. Sometimes you can do your best when you mess up. You don't need to be discouraged. You don't need to be down on yourself. Just stay positive and move forward. There's nothing more beautiful, by the way, and more powerful when you see somebody smile at you when you're struggling through your tears. Can you help others be positive by smiling and encouraging in them? Number 3, the last one. Take chances and keep climbing. Making big life changes is sometimes a little bit scary. Some of you that are sitting out there, might not want to take the next steps to change into your life and start this new beginning. Just remember that no one made it to the top of the mountain by falling out of the sky. Good things come to those who work hard, and please realize that your fears are bigger in your mind than they are in reality. I probably wouldn't have been one of those that stood today for academic achievements. You could give me the answers to a multiple choice test and I would not pass. I always thought I was kind of dumb. And going to college was probably pretty far from my mind. I have learned, though, with encouragement, especially with my wife, encouraged me to go to college and then to get a bachelor's and then a master's and eventually a doctorate. I've learned that I just learned different than other people. And I never was dumb. I was just somebody that learned differently. I just know that each of you have a mountain to climb, and it might be different than mine, but you can make it. And when things get in your way, just push through. And if you have to, change and begin a new route until you make it to the top. I probably wasn't the most likely to be a school board member in my class, a graduating class. But I have that opportunity to dedicate my life in a career of education that I never thought I would have. Good luck in climbing your mountains. So there they are. 3 things. Let go of the things that you can't control, number 1. Number 2, stay away from the negative and build on the positive. And then number 3, take chances while you're climbing. Now that's the end of an incredible ending. As you get here, we call grade school, it's over. Let's begin the next chapter of your life. So are you ready? Mountain Ridge Sentinels, class of 2002, are you ready for a new beginning? By the authority vested in me as a duly elected member of the Jordan School Board of Education, I hereby declare to the class of 2022, Mountain Ridge High School, officially graduated, and we're happy to present your diplomas. Congratulations, everyone.
Allison Browse.
Matthew Parker Hadley.
Coleman Gagan.
Laurel Dalton.
Kirsten Honecker.
Sarah Christensen.
Max Brown. Haley Wardle.
Taya Tenney.
Heather Roskelly.
Addison Tracy.
Oakley Butters.
Riley Schmidt.
Meg Cummings.
Connor Peterson.
Eileen Linares.
Holly Makuakane.
Adria Croft.
Campbell King.
Ashley Shirtlift.
Holland Bowler.
Emily DeHaan.
Austin Franco.
Brianne Skournick.
Maya Childs.
Ryder Little.
Samantha Dowling.
Alexi McNeil.
Jonathan Newton.
Sage Stewart.
Bradley Dietrich.
Kylie Rasmussen.
Jacob Didenhover.
Tobler Jeffs.
Liberty Scott.
Alexa Naylor.
Cole Barton.
Cassidy Ashby.
Gabrielle Reidinger.
Sarah Bischoff.
Kaylin Saby.
Sophie Schober.
Kinley Owens.
Carolyn Law.
Kristen Korth.
Jessica DeHaan.
Kylie Oliver.
Kyra Dunyan.
Emma Martin.
Natali Lelongi Pili.
Sydney Barney.
Tatiana Abilar.
Colin King.
Cambry Gamble.
Kylie Nielsen.
David Oliphant.
Abigail Snell.
Markel Gee.
Corbin Davies.
Abigail Atkinson.
Jeremiah Thompson Peterson.
Johnny Rojo.
Colby Roberts.
Mia Walters.
Susan McAllister.
Paris Kimball.
Abigail Chase.
Tyson Terry.
Brinley Adams.
Lillian Turpin.
Mason Adams.
Ruby Bailey.
Megan Adams.
Grace Hill.
Samuel Adams.
Olivia Heyer.
Megan Aldridge.
Mara Elgren.
Amelia Allen.
Olivia Olson.
Grant Andrus.
Camden Fellman.
Taylin Anderson.
Carson Belknap.
Braden Allred.
Lauren Winterton.
Savannah Allen.
Riley Gray.
Isabel Alvarado.
Alyssa Dibble.
Marvin Alvarado Perez.
Jonah Walker.
Kylie Bradford.
Case Bodine.
Coily Ahong.
Shaylin Gates.
Haley Ammons.
Annika Fife.
Eva Alvey.
Cornelius Workman.
Donnie Anderson.
Braden Schmitz.
Dominic Anderson.
Blake Hammer.
Jordan Anderson.
Brian Cowley.
Lindsay Anderson.
Parker Dow.
Michaela Armitage.
Jacqueline Higgins.
Zachary Archibald.
Theo Martinez.
Jacob Arvidson.
Derek Benyon.
Andrew Atnip.
Timothy Peterson.
Caden Austin.
Tyler Remond.
Matthias Oyoung.
Joe Innes.
Henry Bagdagalov.
Logan Williams.
Brianna Avery.
Ethan Fraley.
Fernando Avalos Garcia.
Montana Madsen.
Colton Atkinson.
Julia Taylor.
Dylan Baker.
Alicia Gonzalez.
Lydia Ballingham.
Alexis Perry.
Caden Baldwin.
Emma Jose.
Aaliyah Bangeter.
William Owens.
Courtney Barker.
Connor Bowling.
Kezia Brown.
Tyler Kurtzals.
Gabrielle Barker.
Joshua Samowitz.
Kylie Barker.
Haley Lamoureux.
Bailey Barlow.
Trudy Langston.
Emily Barrett.
Bryce Larson.
Noah Barnes.
Alyssa Lapuajo.
Harmony Barrios Martinez.
Sione Latu.
Jackson Barrow.
Kinley Larson.
Jackson Bearden.
Damian Lottie.
Brindley Bartlett.
Andrew Lassiter.
Tyler Barrow.
Ashley Lawrence.
Savannah Bass.
Mason Lavender.
Rebecca Bargeron.
Isaac Bateman.
Leilani Leala Onata.
Corbin Beaumont.
Bentley LeBaron.
Ashton Broadhead.
Lexi Lindgren.
Dominic Bigay.
Thomas Lewis.
London Bergquist.
Andrew Leonard.
Naomi Bergman.
Nicholas Lober.
William Bergstrom.
Skylar Linford.
Jackson Bergstrom.
Ethan Lorcher.
Erilyn Bento.
Jordan Lloyd.
Gentry Berry.
Hayden Loader.
Cameron Betteridge.
Robert Lofgren.
Madison Bickham.
McKay Loftus.
Carter Bingham.
Amanda Lomu.
Ryan Bird.
Josefina Lomu.
Brecken Bitten.
Kaylee Lords.
Andrew Black.
Everett Longhurst.
Edie Blackburn.
Micaiah Love.
Zachary Bliss.
Catherine Losser.
Waylon Blue.
Macy Lovendahl.
Elizabeth Bogart.
Nicolina Lovick.
Ryan Boss.
Emma Lund.
Riley Boss.
Reagan Lund.
Kylie Bowles.
Liberty Lundell.
Allie Brown.
Kennedy McLean.
Cole Brimhall.
McKenna Lynch.
DeMarco Brimage.
Trent McClellan.
Janessa Brown.
Cade Meyer.
Jack Briscoe.
David Mackerel.
Cade Brock.
Nolan Mackey.
Lucas Banks.
Anthony Marasco.
Sarah Boyack.
Hunter Marsolik.
Aspen Brown.
Grace Brown.
Davis Martin.
Matt Brown.
Michaela McCanahan.
Aiden Bucko.
Lucy Matthews.
Whitney Budge.
Taya Manzanares.
Mikey Bruderer.
Marin Murdoch.
Gavin Bullock.
Miley Milne.
Kiana Burge.
Cadence Madrid.
Right here. Lucas Buckmelter.
Kira McKee.
Mackenzie Butterfield.
Sterling Matthews.
Cassandra Burgess.
Cadence Madrid.
Dylan Bush.
Ellie Mason.
Alejandro Bustillos.
Susan McCafferty.
Ariana Calloway.
Paris McCoy.
Bryce Maggi.
Zachary Butterfield.
Tommy Madsen.
Lily Collins.
Taha Malik.
Bradley Carver.
Caden McDougall.
Dennison Castleton.
Gabriela
Camden.
Consadori.
Camden McEwen.
Cassidy Cherry.
Tanner McNeil.
Tristan Cruz.
Andrew McNeil.
Spencer Cardwell.
Kate McNeil.
Genesis Cisneros Farrell.
Kate McNeil.
Caleb Curtis.
James McGee.
Andrew Christensen.
Tyler Meadows.
Ethan Cuban Cespedes.
Whitney Mellon.
Sear Child.
Jenna Merrill.
Samuel Child.
Corbin Miller.
Damon Crockett.
Sydney Myers.
Isaac Criddle.
Asia Mercer.
Mason Shivers.
Aspen Mills.
Jackson Cole.
Samantha Milliner.
Connor Shizlinski.
Maya Miller.
Tyler Coleman.
Ethan Minson.
Parker Charlesworth.
Riker Mather.
Bryson Chandler.
Quinn Mulder.
Jordan Christensen.
Gage Morgan.
Addison Christensen.
Jagger Nelson.
Isaac Christensen.
Sydney Nelson.
Oscar Ivan Chacon.
Jackson Mountier.
Brooklyn Chapel.
Connor Mulally.
Alexi Craycroft.
Tanner Moody.
Haley Dalton.
Justin Morgan.
Jocelyn Delap.
Kevin Murillo.
Valeria Delgado.
Austin Murdoch.
Octavia Demaris.
Jackson Maine.
Mason DeRoche.
Max McGrath.
Ella Jane Davis.
Connor Nall.
Sydney Deneau.
Mason Napierski.
Tasia Duel.
Peyton Nelson.
Sophie Dorius.
Jade Musnug.
Devin Densley.
Vincent Nichols.
Michaeli Dippo.
Carissa Newton.
Macy Dewar.
Kale Nilsson.
Marley Davis.
Ryan Ott.
Jordan Day.
Taylor Noble.
Charles DeHaan.
Avery Nielsen.
Hunter Davis.
Brinley Norda.
Joshua Eldridge.
Aniston Norris.
Jenna Elison.
Jack Norton.
Jaden Epley.
Maggie Olson.
Annalise Edmonds.
Leah Leona Lemomi Aloha Olsen.
Blake Evans.
Celeste Olivos.
Ashlyn Feld.
Jonathan Overdeek.
Madison Fox.
Saul Palomares Alcala.
Kayla Frazier.
Pashai Owe.
Reagan Kruger.
Lucy Packham.
Cameron Greider.
Eiley Page.
Braxton Freeman.
Brianne Palmer.
Paxton Fedler.
Gustavo Batista Pasos.
Tate Fabert.
Bellamy Pazos.
Cannon Forbush.
Aiden Payne.
Amesley Fillmore.
Gabriela Duran.
Kylie Ferguson.
Ender Perez Ferrer.
Madison Fisher.
Michelle Lopez.
Logan Folletti.
Giovanni Argueta.
Britton Foreman.
Tori Falp.
Dominic Fondaco.
Keaton Perkins.
Owen Freed.
Jacob Perry.
Caden Frost.
Jordan Peterson.
Oscar Bravo.
Riley Peterson.
Sophia Hanks.
Aspen Pearson.
Elizabeth Fugel.
Colton Perry.
Lily Fox.
Ellie Pierce.
Adeline Fontana.
Shelby Peterson.
Emily Fugel.
Colby Peterson.
Tyson Fox.
McCoy Pettit.
Cole Fishtiamel.
Samuel Post.
Brian Flores Gonzalez.
Sofia Portillo.
Jake Fitton.
Sunalyn Fan.
Maxwell Frankham.
Seth Pierce.
Dawson Fonger.
Caden Peace.
Lindsay Fleischman.
Avery Pilcher.
Blaze Finlayson.
Jennifer Pierre.
Alex Freeman.
Preston Price.
Lucas Hanton.
Avon Polson.
Tyson Fritchie.
Shaylee Purser.
Tanner Fritchie.
Sasha Rail.
Ethan Garn.
August Puckett.
Nate Gaisford.
Cheyenne Purser.
Jessica Green.
Dominic Romero.
Anush Garabedian.
Daniel Reyes.
Bailey Gunn.
Jackson Rich.
Bella Jones.
Jenica Refiner.
Kevin Guzman.
Parker Rands.
Grady Gillespie.
Tyler Rapp.
Jackson Gudino Thomas.
Brady Reyna.
Porter Gerlach.
Logan Richards.
Alexandra Gillette.
Christian Richardson.
Soraya Gertson.
Luke Richardson.
Britton Glassy.
Emma Richens.
Christina Galvan.
Elena Riddle.
Madeline Garber.
Courtney Roberts.
Caroline Guyman.
Audrey Robertson.
Jade Godfrey.
Florencia Rodriguez.
Ruby Glassett.
Mabel Rodriguez Pereira.
Sabra Griffith.
Brooklyn Roman.
Chelsea Golisis.
Brian Rojas.
Abigail Griffith.
April Robbins.
Austin Green.
Alicia Rosenkrantz.
Jacob Hansen.
Paige Runia.
Caden Grimm.
Megan Reeves.
Rachel Sainsbury.
Caleb Grossarth.
Isabella Sanders.
Nathaniel Gom.
Hallie Smith.
Anthony Gutierrez.
Adeline Sabin.
Shannon Hall.
Paige Schutz.
Emmeline Holland.
Kirsten Hall.
Phoebe Slimak.
Chloe Hall.
Kennedy Saunders.
Catherine Harrer.
Cole Saunders.
Annika Hunter.
Merrick Sherwood.
Mitchell Hartley.
Carson Sherritt.
Emily Hart.
Connor Schweitzer.
Logan Hansen.
Camden Hamilton.
Parker Shake Snyder.
Xander the King Herrera.
Mendy Shaheen.
Ryan Holmes.
Ashton Scott.
Caleb Hendricks.
Kai Shannon.
Nicholas Hatton.
Tegan Smith.
Cash Howe.
Tanner Shoup.
Colin Hurst.
Addison Sidwell.
Aspen Hansen.
Brighton Simons.
Madison Harris.
Solomon Slater.
Carly Hay.
Jackson Smith.
Omar Holgan.
Brennan Smith.
Nathan Horsley.
Cassie Sorensen.
TJ Hitchcock.
Isabella Spinoza.
Isaac Hoffman.
Kyla Spindle.
Lot Homestead.
Olivia Sorensen.
Wyatt Horrocks.
Caden Stanger.
Parker Heaps.
Kendry Stedman.
Kyler Hansen.
Aaron Steele.
Samisi Hemuli.
Andrew Sparks.
Emma Harmon.
Riley Shackelford.
Noah Hertzman.
Madeline Summer.
Aiden Helm.
Cody Stewart.
Cameron Hunter.
Haley Still.
Abby Haney.
Zachary Olson.
Zarly Howard.
Seth Stroud.
Taylor Hansen.
Nash Stevenson.
Jamie Holt.
Shayla Stokes.
Brooklyn Hooten.
Trenton Soper.
Tessa Hokinson.
Nicole Smith.
Tasha Hokinson.
Colin Sublette.
Abigail Hansen.
Parker Stock.
Emily Holt.
Sean Sullivan.
Taylor Entz.
Samuel Sterland.
Braxton Iverson.
Oakley Jacobson.
Dannon Sumption.
Abigail Jaramillo.
Madison Sutton.
Andrew Jolly.
Caitlin Swain.
Bodie Jessup.
Emily Swap.
Megan Johnson.
Chase Taft.
Haley Johnson.
Alex Tanner.
Marin Jones.
Tristan Tanner.
Logan Johnson.
Nevaeh Tauanuu.
Cambry Johnson.
Fatufuo Taikaho.
Allison Johnson.
Abby Taylor.
Turner Johnson.
Samuel Taylor.
Quinn Jacobson.
Ruth Tenney.
Courtney Johnson.
Lincoln Terrio.
Heather Johnson.
Haley Tischer.
Nexon Johnson.
McKenna Thompson.
Cadence Johansson.
Abby Tobance.
Savannah Judd.
Alexa Thomas.
Mallory Jorgensen.
Jay Torres.
Arina Knight.
Christian Timothy.
Allison Kirby.
Sadie Thomas.
Cassidy Kelch.
Jill Thomas.
Aurelia Knight.
Kaden Tishner.
Mason Kent.
Vicente Toro Ruiz.
Tanner Kemp.
Destiny Trujillo.
John Kuntz.
Ariana Travis.
Ethan Kotz.
Caden Tranmer.
Chayton Trujillo.
Nathan Krebs.
Caleb Turnbow.
Ronan Keene.
Jonas Van Duren.
Juliet Guillen Sanchez.
Branton Van Dyke.
Ethan Dickinson.
Rachel Vaudry.
Carla Sotillo Hernandez.
Samuel Vasquez Haro.
Maria Jerez Ramos.
Chase Vickers.
Jocelyn Zamora.
Dylan Vidales.
Marianne Ziade.
Kesley Wade.
Isaiah Zundel.
Mason Waite.
Jackson Zumwalt.
Bryn Walters.
Abby Young.
Mason Walker.
Kelly Wright.
Dylan Wall.
Katie Wright.
Seth Watson.
David Wright.
Edmund Westerman.
Liam Worthington.
Zachary Wardle.
Pamela Worthen.
Carson West.
Hannah Wolfenden.
Jackson Webb.
Riley Richmond.
Dominic Weiniger.
Joshua Wintle.
Anna Weckluck.
Megan Wilson.
Benjamin Wempy.
Jackson Williamson.
Ashlyn White.
Reese Williams.
Phoebe White.
Natalie Williams.
Caden White.
Jackson Wilcox.
Abigail Wiggins.
Shaylee Wilbur.
Okay, so before I start this whole ending, I want to take 2 quick selfies so everyone smile. Okay, let's start this. Okay. So I never thought that this day would come so fast. I'd be up here on the stage saying my final remarks to you guys, the class of 2022. So many emotions surround this day. Excitement for college, fear for the unknown, sadness because our present is ending, but it comes with happiness because our future is starting. On August 19th, 2019, we released balloons into the sky to start it all. And now, on June 2nd, 2022, I want to let you all know how proud I am of each and every one of you. 12 years later, here we are getting our high school diplomas. We left our legacies and we made the moments we live for, all because this is who we are, so here's to an incredible ending to build a new beginning. It is now time to turn our tassels from the right to the left, and this will signify our new beginning. Please stand up and follow me in moving our tassels. You guys are all now officially graduated. We did it. Congratulations, class of 22. Let's throw our caps.
Hey, let's give this year's graduates a big, big round of applause. With no procession, we're just going to say, graduates, you're dismissed. Parents, you may take pictures. When you're finished taking pictures, we would ask our graduates to make an exit out towards stage left.